Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of Psych, Defender of the Fatherland, for an exciting 1 versus 1 on some Moscow. Between in the south, we got Angreifen fighting here for the Oberkommando West. For the 3rd Panzergrenadier Division going up versus in the north, we got insane Spanky fighting here for the United States of America for the 9th Infantry Division. We've got Fortifications, Elite Armored, and Scavenge versus Rifle Company, Tactical Support Company, and Heavy Cavalry Company. In fact, we see here Tactical Support is chosen by Spanky with Grenade and Infantry Bulletins supporting him, whereas we got Infantry Bulletins, whereas one of those is specifically for Overslaughter there for Angreifen. Kugelwagen start there with Volksgrenadiers following up here for Angreifen. Rushing towards the centre there with his Sturm Pioneers. And then you got Spanky doing the same thing here with his rear echelons, doing the rifle, and then sort of with the more rear echelons actually. Double rear echelon start there for Spanky. Lastly, home to grab more territory, using the rear echelon sort of grab the centre though. In this case, obviously, he's got a bit of weakness. If he encounters, much more determined infantry with better equipment and training, the rear echelons won't really be of much use, and mostly can run into a building and keep Angreifen's infantry, which of course is more expensive, a bit occupied for a while then. That's essentially what he's doing here. He's using a, I think, 200 manpower units to keep a 320 manpower unit occupied. 300 manpower now. 300, so yeah, that's essentially what's going on there. Was it 180? Sometimes I forget these numbers. No, that's 200. Oh wait, that's basically what he's just doing. They got one Sturm Pioneer with the rear echelons. That's a pretty good trade-off there. We got right now arriving. So right here, what he basically managed to do is just use the rear echelons. He was able to keep up the Sturm Pioneer, so I could get 300 manpower occupied, got some kills on them, forced them away, and in short, they actually didn't manage to grab any territory in the centre there. And he actually didn't suffer a single rear echelon lost. In fact, they almost veterans won, so that has actually been a pretty solid engagement right there for Spanky versus Angreifen. Angreifen just tries to go elsewhere with his Sturm Pioneers really for somehow seek damage, but no, he sort of got caught up here in Spanky's pace, and Spanky, well, spanked Angreifen. We got the rear echelons here finally out around the fuel pump. We got the Kugeln just grabbing territory swiftly for Deutschland. Volkswagen is occupying the church with only one man able to shoot out here from the side at the rifleman. That's going to be slowly here in Spanky's engagement until more infantry arrives to overwhelm the rifleman. Sturm Pioneer is back, being reinforced. More Volkswagen arriving there for Angreifen. We are seeing about here. Rifleman arriving, got a lot of riflemen on the way for Spanky now as well. Kuban looks like going to flank in, trying to engage the rifleman from the other side, maybe then allow the Volkswagen to rush out the church and charge the rifleman. But there you go, more Volkswagen arriving, Kuban going into the cemetery, tough a bold move there by Angreifen. Pushing back the rifleman, they're probably going to vault over the cover, there we go. Taking a bit of damage in the process. Volkswagen is advancing further. John went down, rear echelons up north, continue just bringing in fact they're going straight for the missions and the victory point there, by the looks of it. And Rifle here slowly bleeding up, and there you go, we got Rifle flanking, getting behind Angreifen's forces, forcing him to rush the Kugelwagen in. Still Rifle here bleeding out, and there we go, that also means Rifle here would be a bit of trouble as they're now rather heavily outgunned by the Germans. 2 Volkswagen squads up with a bit depleted, and of course the Kugelwagen with his MG-34 and also able to push back the Rifle a bit there. We're seeing Spanky trying to get his Rifle out, but he's going to suffer some loss there nonetheless, and that might mean he's eventually just going to pull back those Rifles by a full retreat anyways. Rifleman setting out there, no tech up initially for Spanky. We got a Kedmef on the way there for Angreifen, clearly expecting some kind of early vehicle shenanigans from Spanky. Otherwise he wouldn't get a Kedmef for that early. Sturm Pioneers getting the rear echelons this time. They don't really have much to hold the Sturm Pioneers, but still they managed to get a kill there before they have pushed themselves back, so even then that was a half decent engagement there for Spanky. Got the victory points, so that's also something that he has to deal with, Mr. Angreifen. Another attempt here flanking through, but the riflemen simply were not in a condition to challenge Spanky's hold on the centre of the map. We've got one rifle squad here left behind now. But the rest of the German infantry might not quite be in a condition that can deal with this, and certainly not the Kugelwagen. Capture on the way there for Spanky, no huge surprise there. We got a truck on the way for Angreifen, so he is also taking up more or less the same timing there. Volkswagen sitting out, rifle sneaking about. Truck almost done, going for the point there, quickly sandbagging up, preparing defences.
Supply Hauptkette is ready for orders.
Captain halfway done. Still some time before I can actually use this doctrine. For example, get some machine guns, so consider throwing in a half track and maybe upgrading that with some heavier firepower there versus Angreifen. Of course, have to see how it works out. On the engagement up north, there we go. Foster's corner, pretty bad position. Rifle engaging, swiftly moving up, using the cover way to advance, minimizing how many shots they can take, allowing them to get close on the full grenadiers without suffering too much, though didn't quite fully there for Spanky. Nice attempt though. Rifling about there, full was pushed out of the centre. We got a bit of German movement here in the south. And there we go, Captain arrives for Spanky. Gonna be some time for him to get out of Stuart. He could go for the pack howitzer, get a bit of artillery. So that way, challenge Angreifen from setting up the Pelgov headquarters right inside the western outskirts of the village. Bit aggressive positioning there, which should make him harder to push out of the village. Though, of course, at the same time, any artillery there, of course, would have a nice, easier target to hit. And of course, that could backfire a bit on Angreifen. Going for the fuel point there with the reassurance. At the same time, no resources here being cut off, plus victory points. And at the same time, he's returning the favour there against Spanky by going first fuel point. In fact, digging in around it. Rather than push back the heavy damage, Raketen effort. Whoa, got off one hell of a hit there. My God, Dieter, where did you learn to shoot like that? I was actually lucky, say Jürgen. Quite lucky.
The capture point is being overrun.
Usually they're firing away, but they are quickly lowering down on health. They need to be careful capturing, pushing forwards. Go try and go for the Kubak, knock that out, and up north here, Rifleman send the full grenadiers running back. Meanwhile, nothing further here from Spanky Space. He's actually floating with a manpower. Looks like he might not be sure what to go. And there we go, almost got the Kubelwagen. Raketen firing, but this time having no effect. And there we go, Kubelwagen blown up. Crew ejected violently. And there we go, Raketen also exposed. Captain marching forwards there. Don't think Raketen is going to get another lucky shot like that. And the captain, in fact, could wipe out the crew and even steal it for America. My God, Dieter, I think we should leave this place. I think it's too late, Jürgen. And dead. Elkovic was up there, so that was basically Raketen lost their bit sillily, to be honest, there by Angreifen. That could easily have been avoided. We got Mans going down the roads, though. Angreifen infantry-wise is now struggling a bit there. Fulskins is still running around with low amounts of health, and there you go, full retreat as the rifle engaged them. Ambulance on the way there for Spanky. Another Raketen for Angreifen. No doctrine from him as of yet. No fortification. No elite armoured. No scavenge. In terms of what doctrine might benefit him right now, fortification could very well have some options there with the MD-34s. Mines. Perhaps a bunker, something like that. Or he could go for scavenge, which of course is very popular with all Commandos players. In his current situation, elite armoured really wouldn't do much for him.
Raketenwerfer ready.
There we go. Access to light machine guns for Spanky. If he wants them, that is. Got volley fire, we got rifle fire, we got Raketen fire. Everything just been fighting those German pioneers. Closing in on veterancy 1 there, losing points as well. As Spanky keeps up the pressure there, that's Angreifen versus Germany. And there we go, Fulters moving ahead, others being reinforced and healed up. And there you go, second Raketen there running for Angreifen. Perhaps with more luck than the previous one. We got tank types going up here, pretty much preventing Angreifen from moving through vehicles in this area, using a Kubelwagen there. If we were to get another one. Not bad there at all. And there we go, Raketen for push back. Angreifen secures the centre, but he is losing the grasp on the rest of the map, which is always something you want to be careful about.
The capture point is being overrun.
Some Axis players have a very particular tendency of getting caught up completely on the centre of the map that has any structures, and then losing control of the actual resources, which tend to be placed beyond that. There's always something there that German players should be careful about, since it can easily end up giving over the fight to their opponents. Large amount of focus here, shooting at the rifle, and there you go, sending them running. Quite a bit of shooting. Folks are moving west, but another cool one on the way there for Angreifen, plus another truck. Could be Schwerpanzer quarters or mechanized regiment, and meanwhile stood almost down there for Spanky. He could have rushed it with supervised though, but seems to not quite succeeding in that. An option, sandbags going up, salvaging the Kubelwagen for a bit of fuel. Fulzer finding versus Rifleman from a small shed. Do not worry, my friends, this jet will survive everything. It will see us through the war. Sergeant, I think you're kind of full of it. Maybe. There goes shifting over to the side with only one window, rather minimising the effectiveness of the shed. Of course, they're taking savage casualties from the Stuart. Pushed back. A Kednefer nearby. Could perhaps get it. Particularly hits a mine with the Stuart.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture
Kednefer taking up
points.
position in the church. Other tracking out there goes going for the Schwer Panzer quarters. Could go for some orbital Darden, then he doesn't have any resource for anything else, but orbital Darden would certainly apply a lot of pressure there. What the devil? He's actually gone for a weapon rack and actually gone for BARs on his men despite having access to light machine guns. What trickery is this? That's not something you see at all very often. Is it some kind of mind game? He wants to believe it makes his opponent believe he hasn't gone for tactical support and then sort of throw it at him all of a sudden? Or what is Spanky thinking here? I mean, I don't get it, I guess. Schwer Panzer quarters almost done. Rifle and flanking going to go behind here. They're going to get a nice surprise there from the Schwer Panzer quarters. Captain Kednefer moving up through the south. Jump punching with the cannon inside. Closing in eventually to in there you go. Rifle running straight to the Schwer Panzer quarters. 30cm high explosive shells tang through them. And up here, Rieson's getting halted by the Volksguns. We've got lots of Panzer section out for Angreifen. Still no sign of a doctrine, no indicator there. Plenty of mines, so from Angreifen a bit here and there. More rockets flying all over the place. Don't put a bit of trouble. Kuban going to have to double back. Or could of course take the longer route here. Veterancy 2 for the Sturm Pioneers. More accuracy. Captain in a bit of trouble. The centre got Rieson's there versus Volkswagen. We've got Lieutenant hanging about there. Rifle actually. He's going for grenades. Yes, he is going for grenades. So he could actually waiting to just pop a grenade hit over the hedgerows by the cemetery. And there goes Jump passing the captain running. Reeling. Kednefer also in a bit of trouble. Regaining the western victory point for Germany here. The 3rd Panzer going to be doing what he can. Pulse the Americans. There goes Stuart strikes for America, not Germany. Going straight for the Stuart Pioneers. They're low on health, low on numbers, and stranger mine, damaged engine, half health. Moving in the Foxes and like Kednefer doing his best to sort of try and pounce upon this opportunity. Of course, we got Spanky here popping up the crew and immediately conducting critical repairs to sort of fix up the west and allowing the Stuart to get out of there. But we're all seeing here, so setting up the troops to sneak behind here, try and hit the retreat path of the Kednefer and then sort of strike from the front, hoping to catch it in a very large volume of rockets. Almost there, but still need to get up here, Los, schnell! Leute! No orbs on yet for Angreifen, though, despite having the Schwer Panzer quarters. Kednefer being forced to retreat. Stuart too slow there. Spanky realises he has been trapped, or his tank has been trapped. Nothing further here from Spanky's base. Still really taking the long route here. But at the same time, that also means there's now really only one way of getting out of there because he himself tank trapped this. And that means through here, and that means through everything else. So he's trying to repair, to somehow try and gain some durability. The problem is it's just not going to work. And there you go. Kednefer shoots. You could, of course, try and get the crew and steal the tank for himself. But I'm guessing in this case, he wasn't figuring out it's likely. And there he goes. Stuart goes up in flames. A huge plume of steam. Some black belching smoke there as it got lit up by the river. We got a counter-attack here, we got light machine guns out here being handed out to Spanky's infantry, getting quite a bit of mix there. Grenade on the tree path! Oh, that wasn't quite as exciting as I tried to make it sound to be. In the end, that was a bit anticlimactic. Grenade! Poof. Oh. There you go, we got a line for gun here for Angreifen, and we got a pack house out for Spanky's above. Brought up some artillery. Up north here, we got the Foxes versus the captain. Incendiary no, ends up retreating here. Orbs down halfway down there for Angreifen for Germany. And soon he can consider going up for a Panzer IV here, which would add a lot of pressure there, I think, versus Spanky, who's actually surprisingly vulnerable to one. Though, of course, he does have like Kednefer and the bazooka, so he wouldn't be completely pantsless. Going for the fuel again there. Spanky keeping out the harassment, the aggression versus Angreifen again. He seems to sort of fall into a more defensive position around the western end of the village, which means map control again is a bit more tricky for him. Of course, the orbital Darden might change that about there. We got LMG 34s on the way for these hardened German veterans. Forces sending out. Sturm Pioneers not getting much there. Kuban going straight for the west. Americans pushing to the centre there. Riflemen, Howitzer, light machine guns, all ready to repulse the Germans. And of course they've got the fuel point there. Storm pilots heading westwards to see with the captain there. Should probably have to screw with that, but there we go, force them out in the open. Riflemen tearing into them, and of course they also got grenades, and there you go. Back howitzer, light infantry gun, like Efforts rockets flying all over the place. Also done things through the south, they deal with the rear, so probably got the fuel point there back. And Kubelwagen could go for the northwestern fuel point as well, there you go. Americans keep pressing the rear, need to pull back, who's ultimately keep quick with VARs now, so Spanky is basically mixing up the kind of weapons he's upgrading with. I wonder why though. I'm rather curious as to the logic behind that. I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad choice, but most players tend to, either go old VARs, they go old light machine guns, they rarely tend to mix it up, though of course again VARs are cheaper, can be shot on the move, light machine guns can't. I mean, again, I can't see sort of the logic behind it, you don't see it very often. It is rather something that stands out on my eyes.
A capture point is under attack.
Also on there, tore through the rear, seeing the rest running. Gute Arbeit. And there we go, manufacturer up. There we go, pack out the firing, doesn't quite hit. So he's actually got two rear on BRs there, though it does not seem to double upgrade. Does not seem to double upgrade if he upgrades. He only goes for one weapon, spreading out his weapons a bit more, and again mixing them up. So far he's only got one LMG and 3 BARs handed out there. Up north, Sturmpani's Kuhwagen light infantry gun rifle moving in. The Sturmpani should actually be able to wipe those quite handily up close, and in fact closing on veterancy 3. The veterancy does seem to be sort of going a bit more smoothly now. This is basically the patch which did hit was basically sort of fix out the issue with veterancy, was basically offensive bonuses did not apply properly to a reinforcing unit, meaning while they would get the defensive bonus become tougher, they wouldn't actually do more damage, which hurt some units a lot more than others. For example, penal troops rather were hurt with that, but also for example a lot of German infantry like Storm Pioneers, Panzer Grenadiers, Stormtroopers and so on there. And while they initially tried to hotfix it, apparently there was an issue with the engine. The SN engine itself wasn't exactly what you'd call the world's best made. The ones who originally made it, so there were some issues there, plus of course some issues with THQ rushing it back in the day, so basically they had to sort that out. But that should be worked out now, so overall veteran units should overall now be doing more damage. Of course not all, of course some just gain more defensive bonuses, still will sort of be tough, but others will do more damage as they gain more veterans properly. Even as they lose members and are forced to reinforce. Again, we have a firing away here. Sturmpanier setting out. The stuff like Sturmpanier should definitely benefit, since they tend to suffer heavy loss, and that basically meant their veterancy 2 again, where they do get a bit of sort of extra damage, they really couldn't benefit from it, meaning they took very long time to actually hit veterancy 3, for example. There you go, firing vessels rifling out in the open. Also, of course, have their own bonuses there, and they do have a BAR. There you go, grenade off, still close to veterancy 3. Oh, no, didn't move. He was so close to veterancy 3 there too. Wiped out, Fox is finding in the centre, got nothing. Doesn't have enough to pop up a grenade. US is being pushed back. Really a lot of fighting with the fuel points here. Obersoldaten. Oh dear, don't tell me he lost an entire squad of Obersoldaten. My God.
A capture point is under attack.
It's terrible. And I missed an Obersoldaten squad there being made more. Because I missed it while I was talking about the veterancy bonuses, but Christ. A full squad of Obersoldaten. Oh God. Pack out to firing away there. Line infantry gun not quite having as much success. Up north right from there, they took a loss to the mine there, almost wiped out. Just getting the fuel point back there. We got Major out here, so he's also gone for the Lieutenant now. So he's actually hit all 3 tiers all of a sudden, this Spanky. That's a lot of resources he's actually investing in all of his teching there. And I'm surprised he also went for the Lieutenant. He would have probably gone for a very quick Sherman or even a Scott there to apply more pressure to the Angreifen infantry. So that feels like a poor choice. So at the same time, I'm just realising here, Angreifen's actually floating a lot of resources. He could be in for Panther, though. Considering the overall force composition of Spanky, a Panzer IV would be infinitely better, but he is going for the Panther, which I mean, with machine guns, going to be alright versus infantry. The problem is that the Panzer IV would be a much better choice, considering again, Spanky's got a largely infantry force at the moment. So I can't really say that it's the best choice there Angreifen is making. Being pushed out, here's Lieutenant streaming forwards there. Sealing up.
Ready for orders.
Panther halfway done. Angreifen should probably consider getting some orbs on just to add more anti-infantry pressure. In the more he can sort of hurt Spanky's infantry, the better, and the Obersoldaten are probably one of his better bets now. That or getting more Storm Pioneers and keeping them alive. But Spanky using his large infantry force to just basically hit Angreifen all over the place, and Angreifen is struggling to keep up, man. The Panther's just not going to help with that. I'm not entirely sure why he's going for the Panther. It just doesn't really strike me as the best choice considering the circumstances.
A capture point is being overrun.
So I really have to wonder why he went for it. If he just wanted one or what. But a Panzer IV would have been infinitely better, plus he could have had that much sooner, and that way, you know, hurt Spanky more. More Storm Pies away, Panther moving straight to the centre here. Flying straight to bazookas. It's really failed to penetrate. Light machine gun almost on. There you go, I can open up, gets a penetrating hit there on the Panther. Damage engine as well.
Area secure! Area secure!
Not looking good. Orbison grabbing points there. Kubank will of course follow up and help grab the point fast along the Orbison, then to further push up for the south and pressure Spanky. This time while they're here for the mid-game analysis in terms of damage, they're close. Angreifen has a small lead. He's also got a kill lead. But territorially, again, he just doesn't quite get the same level of sort of pressure there as Spanky. And in terms of army value, rather Spanky's sort of been more dominant, but now he's sort of edging back. Again, that's the Panther, though. Again, the Panther doesn't really sort of, you know, fully explain it. Again, I wouldn't really say it has more value right now than a Panzer IV, because again, Spanky has large an infantry force. A Panzer IV, in essence, would actually have more value to Angreifen's force than a Panther. Of course, again, statistically, again, the game just gives it a higher value. But again, Panzer IV would have been much better. Resource flow, again, you can see again, huge float there. Boof. And of course, now it's sort of Spanky floating all resources. And certainly he should avoid that. In terms of points held, again, Spanky's sort of been more in control. There have been some small peaks there for Angreifen, but really it's just Spanky sort of controlling. And I don't think the Panther's going to help a lot with that, because again, Spanky just has large an infantry force. He needs a Panzer IV that can actually sort of seriously harm the infantry. Again, the Panther with machine gun can do alright, but it's not the best option, to be honest. And certainly not cost-wise, it's a really expensive option to try and deal with infantry with. Again, Panzer IV would be cheaper by a certain amount there, in particular fuel-wise, which would say, you know, if he is really worried about armour, you know, Yak Panzer. But again, that's the thing. He's gone for elite armour. He would have heat rounds for his Panzer IV, which means, yeah, now it wouldn't be exactly completely screwed if his opponent went heavily on armour. In fact, you go 2 Panzer IVs, have heat rounds for them, and, you know, comfortably deal with enemy armour. So, really, when you look at it, the Panther is just a very strange choice for Angreifen. And a really strong suggestion, just go for a Panzer IV as soon as possible. I mean, he could go for a Sturm Tiger, but I think a Panzer IV first would be the better choice. But he needs to strike more at the points in the fuel point. He needs to harass Spanky more, and I definitely think he needs to get more Obersoldaten and more elite infantry to again further sort of challenge all of Spanky's troops that have been upgraded. I mean, really, the best way you can do that again is with Sturm Pioneers. Not Sturm Pioneers, Obersoldaten. The Sturm Pioneers can work, but the problem is they're just from the veterancy. So they're going to struggle a bit more. So again, the Obersoldaten would overall just be the better investment in that regard for Angreifen. So that's certainly something there thinking. I mean, it's a risky situation. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible for him to win, but he's not making it any remotely easier for him with the Panther. And that's also a bit the problem with the Panther at the moment. He just sort of, in particular versus large infantry forces, the Panther's kind of rubbish. I mean, not rubbish, it's just not very effective. But Spanky, I mean, some armour would suit him quite well, you know, maybe a Sherman, some Jacksons, just something to just keep that Panther quickly knocked out, but also then deal with the infantry more aggressively. But also, there's not much to say. I mean, his tactics strategy overall works quite well. Lots of infantry, lots of weapons, hitting here and there, keeping up pressure over versus Angreifen, denying him resources, gaining as much fuel as possible for more armour, and so on there. Calliope could in fact be quite good here, but there's more dug in Angreifen around here, so that wouldn't be a bad choice either, really. Half-track would be nice, it would allow him to keep up more momentum, be harder for him to push off the field. So, you know, he should, I think, consider that at least briefly. But beyond that, not much to say there, so let's return to the fight and see what happens next.
Pioneers reporting for duty.
And of course, in the actual war, the Panther could deal with infantry better. I mean, he didn't have the world's best high special rounds. I mean, Panther 4 would still have been better, but, you know, it probably could deal better with it than the in-game Panther. The Essen's rifle being pushed back there, grabbing points there. The Orbison were able to sort of get a bit of vengeance for their fallen comrades who were blown to bits by a grenade. Arcade never cleared up by the lightest infantry shots. Rifle Lieutenant moving up, Panther setting out, damaged, a bit risky there. Wagon setting out. Wicked never cleared out again. Really not working out there for Spanky. And Angreifen's about to lose himself another kid if he's not careful. But at least he's getting the fuel point there. And there we go. Calliope has been called up there for Spanky. Now fire against the building occupied by the captain. Incendiary grenade would help out, but we got Panther, light infantry gun, share Panther's courses, Panther shakes is flying against it. Pretty bow there by Spanky, but there you go, ultimately his courage breaks and he calls back the captain. But now we're seeing Angreifen to one sector being a bit more dominant in terms of the map there. 50 cal machine gun up here for Spanky, adding in a bit sort of the infantry control meshes, getting some kills down the crowds. Not bad at all. And there you go, Calliope about to fire. Probably around the Shred Panzer quarters or the Belgrove headquarters. Almost one of the Steel Pioneers Church collapses, house collapses. Nice bit of damage there to the Shred Panzer quarters as well. We got Orbison tagging in there, could catch the pack out crew. We'll clear out the Major, we've got the 50 cover trying to come back to deal with it, but the house is actually blocking here. And so rushes forward, the Calliope trying to push. The Orbison done now round with perhaps into the line of fire with the 50 caliber, but in this case retreat.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for
Getting the victory point there. And another truck out here for Angreifen, which actually lays any Panzer 4 or say a Sturm Tiger. Something that could, you know, more directly challenge all of Spanky's infantry and punish him for, you know, going for Calliope right at this moment.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Got the shooting, 50 cover turning him out. We got some troops standing up behind. Angreifen going straight for the victory point again, trying to stall the bleed there, which Angreifen is very keen on getting done there. Spanky, causing heavy loss, taking caught between the captain and the lieutenant. Oh, there we go, utterly annihilated.
We just got promoted.
You can definitely see the captain's benefit a bit from it. I mean, he really just quickly up close took care of those Fultz grenadiers with his Thompson, which definitely seems to be benefiting from all those bonuses. That was quite harsh. A lot of fire though, and again the Fultz up close and just getting shredded by that captain. Real man of action until the artillery hits him. Here we got Lieutenant Vessel Kednefer. We're fighting for the south crew, being pushed back. Oh dear, had the detection on. It's going to need some Orbison to push through there, but the Orbison are around there. Mechanized weapon going up for Angreifen. Again, further delaying any further armoured responses, or I say even Obersoldaten. He's all beginning to float quite a bit of manpower. Mines would be very good choices, and another Calliope barrage. Again, no. Actually put a figure to try to fire around here. Oh, he actually managed to repair the Shred Panzer quarters, but no said, caught in on the infantry assault there. From Angreifen needs to go back the Fultz Grenadier and her tank, and there's Spartak. So he has called up an M1 57mm gun, which is just basically the British 6-pounder gun, because the Americans all of a sudden realised they needed the bigger ones, but you know they didn't activate anything in the range, so they went to the Brits. So plenty of repairs here for Angreifen's forces for the 3rd Panzer Grenadier Division. Getting pressure in the south. Spanky certainly knows how to keep control of those fuel points, and Angreifen not quite as much. He could, by the way, consider actually grabbing the point and then setting up some booby traps using his Obersoldaten. I mean, it is a sorely neglected ability on the Oversign again the booby trap point ability.
Our resource sector has been cut off from our supply
I think
chain.
Angreifen would strongly benefit from perhaps using that a bit as well.
Objective secured.
Anti-tank gun fire, 50 cover fire, lieutenant, major, re-echelons. Also taking heavy damage, getting suppressed. And we got the Kuhlwagen joining in, we got the Calliope moving up, the oversign being pushed back, pack howitzer firing in. Panther setting up once more for Germany, has yet to get a single infantry killed by the way. I mean, really hasn't done much at all for Angreifen. He's just been had a damaged engine and they just pulled it back, never quite got repaired for some time. So I mean, really, it just so far hasn't managed to be a very good investment there for Angreifen at all.
Squad, get ready. All set.
Anti-tank and got a good hit there on the Panther's frontal armour. On the Calliope barrage. Right there around the Panther and any units nearby it. Getting some good hits on the likes of Infantry. Shoots towards the track flank. But there you go, grenade off. Wasn't quite well timed at the same time. They've got troops pushing here for the victory point and going for other points as well there. And Angreifen just hasn't quite the resource to strike at it. Looks like he might be in here for the Sturmtiger now all of a sudden. Of course, we'd also be trying to go for the King Tiger. Would be risky, but you know, in theory could make it work. And the Kuhlwagen number 2 finally goes down. All of a sudden sitting out, closing in eventually 250 cover. They just keeps pouring shot after shot at the Germans. Pack out of fires and didn't manage too much there. Bit of grabbing about there. Closing in eventually 2 there with a light infantry gun. All of a sudden moving up, going straight for the Lieutenant. Was actually managed to kill himself a Panzer Schreck. Grenade there, but that flies too far. Whoa, nice hit. They almost wipes up the Oberstein, forcing him away. Well, him away. The rest are pretty much dead in the mud. Panther here doing a bit. Obviously, the captain's a bit of a risky endeavour. Though to be honest, he's just as close as possible. There we go, getting some kills for Germany. Line for gun being pushed up. Calliope hanging about. Closing in on veterancy 1. He's got plenty of resources to call in some more armour. Like actual armour that can engage the Panther head on or maybe deal with it more aggressively. And there you go. Sturmtiger and Volksgun it is called in at the same time. This base going to try and hammer his way now for a Spanky. A bit risky, but you know, it could work out. They really need to do something about that Panther. He needs to play more aggressively. He probably should try and actually flank about here, Spanky. You know, try and hit him in the sides, maybe rush his base, get the ambulance, for example. Because right now that Panther is just, you know, 490 manpower to the fuel that's just not really achieving much. Because again, Spanky's force is largely infantry. And even then, he's not really being aggressive towards the infantry with it. So he's supporting them with infantry as well. So, you know, it's not quite getting it there for him. And Wolfsheim probably would have done quite nicely for him even if he kept them alive. Sherman there on the way for Spanky, almost done. Veterans if you rifle with BAR. There's the full grenadiers. Quickly cutting through them. In fact, quickly shredding them.
Sherman ready.
Got the Oberstein moving up.
The enemy has cut our
Veterancy 2. Bit more lethal there goes, set the rifleman running in return. Bit more pressure here, but we can really see Angreifen just being pushed further and further back. We got the shooting moving up here towards the centre. Right for the anti-tank and shoots and scores a hit. Murdering the crew, shattering the building. Probably blowing out a few eardrums. And Larry there, crushed beneath the high explosive shell from the light infantry gun. 12 kills versus 9 kills of the pack howitzer. Sturmpanzer is reinforcing. Reloading the Sturmtiger.
It's time for action. All right, you dopes, listen up.
Obersoldaten sending out.
Sherman ready to go.
Troops reinforcing. He really should get some Obersoldaten. He's got almost 400 munitions. Really grab some points, set some booby traps, lay down some mines, Angreifen. Ah, Sturmpani is right as they're repairing the schwer panzer quarters. Utterly annihilated there. Panther charging straight into things, taking hits still from Kedneffer. Still managing to push it back. Small victory there, guess, for Germany, but losing the Sturmpani is like that. 300 manpower lost. Another collide here. He really just wants to knock out that schwer panzer quarters. The ruins around it are kind of absorbing. There we go. Infantry gun was too close. Wiped. Okay, this is not looking good for Angreifen. Wolfson pushing from the south. Under fire from the pack howitzer. Panther taking. Oh, Sturmtiger actually taking hits. Panther is still being repaired. Sherman moving ahead. Volkswagen's nearby, and there goes Sherman moving in. Setting up right behind the ship to ensure the Germans can't directly fire at it unless they move up here. Volkswagen is close to Captain Panther moving in, attempting to push back. Rockets hitting there, and there we go. We got an airstrike called in around the schwer panzer quarters. Sturmtiger shoots, fails miserably to hit the lieutenant. Panther almost knocked out. Veterancy 1-6 killed for Germany. And there go Captain rushing straight forward, trying to get off some finishing rockets. And almost does it, but getting absolutely pulverized there by the 37mm flak. More Sturmpanies are on the way for Angreifen, but it's too late, it's too late. Sherman moves up, shoots, and there we go. Pretty much prevents Angreifen from getting any further tanks or Obstaden. Not a good development there for Angreifen at all. Folks, there's a bit of trouble. Light infantry gun firing, not that's actually the pack howitzer. He hasn't recruited the light infantry gun whatsoever. There you go, Panther going in after that Sherman tank. Kedneffer for moving up there, blitzing forwards and using hot heat rounds at the same time. Very bold. Oh, stopping up in front of the Kedneffer. Not the brightest idea. Sherman bounces, but needs to get that Panther out of there. Shot bounces as well. Bloody lucky there for Angreifen. That was not a maneuver I think any sensible tank commander would approve of. Sturmtiger ready to fire again. We got the Major blitzing for the victory point. They're just trying to keep up the bleed there on Angreifen now. And Angreifen just struggling to keep up.
All sectors, ability now ready.
Sprinting forwards, avoiding the Sturmtiger's hit. A wasted rocket there for Angreifen. Oh dear. Panther being repaired. And firing around here, probably hoping to catch the Panther and he's repairing it. Not a bad attempt there at all by Spanky. Another unit lost. He's down to 2 Volker squads, Sturmpani, Orbison plus the Panther and Sturmtiger. Meanwhile, Spanky's got some rifles, re-echelons, Captain, Lieutenant, Major, tanks, Calliopes, machine guns, pack howitzers, and a Kedneffer. There's a bit of difference there. There's a bit of a difference there in terms of force and firepower. Panther blitzing forwards again. Angreifen desperately pushing his Panther back as quickly as he can into the fight here. Fifth cover crew getting machine gun there. Shan moving ahead. He needs to be careful of heat rounds, could do a lot of damage there. Captain moving up, and there we go, heat rounds, and we got what is. Oh, briefly thought he actually activated that somehow. Sturmtiger ready to fire again. Panther pulls back. Not really managing him up, but he's closing in on Metri 2. 5th Cavalry Lieutenant, Captain Morgan charging forward. There's Sturmtiger shooting at the 5th Cavalry, looks like it. Oh dear. And there you go, wide. And the Sturmtiger finishes off the 5th Cavalry, ensuring that Spanky can't get it back. Lieutenant moving forward here, Rifle hanging about. Closing in eventually see there for the Orbison. We got a blend curve off, we got a grenade off as well. And they're taking some nasty damage. Sherman setting out. Rifle moving up as well. Sherman shoots. Orbison taking heavy damage. Needs to retreat. And the Panther moves up again. Only at half health here. Needs to be careful. We got Calliope Bowers going in. He's trying to set up another schwer panzer quarters. Pretty bold there. Pretty bold. So clearly a King Tiger is not at all within Angreifen's plans whatsoever. And there you go. Second Calliope now out for Spanky. Grenades going off, they're not having much impact on the other hand, the incendiary grenades are. Major moving forward to Kevner for firing off. Pack out to closing legend. The Fleece German almost done. 99 versus 68 points. Spare Panzer Quarter sitting up right here. Very bold position there by Angreifen. Very bold. It will help hold the central victory point, but at the same time it'll also be a big fat target. Also taking heavy damage. Of course, clearly got the double Calliope now hanging about there. Panther almost done. Sturmtiger moving ahead, Raffen flanking in. Calliope action is good. Going to ignore them. Spare Panzer quarters cancelled, resources gone, and there you go. Sturmtiger shoots. Direct hit on the Calliope, annihilating it. Good lord. Panther moving right into the front of the Kedner after taking hits. They need to clear it out. Sturmtiger pulled back. Damage engine filters move forward. Storm Pioneers. Orbital Dart moving down the south there. Perhaps another cool one help just grabbing some of those more far up points there. Constantly Orbital Panther moving in there. Taking damage. We got the heat rounds off. Sliver of health. I do not think that Panther will make it back. There you go. Veterancy 2. Sherman down to less than half health. Looks like the Panther's going to make it away. The anti-tank rocket seems to have landed, actually damaging it ever slightly. Moving in there, Sturmtiger. Oh dear, oh dear. Of course, we can consider, of course, he's using the emergency repairs, but to at least fix the engine damage. But rocketing onwards there. Sturm is trying to do something there, but oh, Packouter shoots and gets the kill. Gets the kill on the Panther. Sturm Pioneer's almost swapped out as well. And he's going for another shot, and there he goes. Sturm Pioneers wiped out. He's down to the Sturmtiger. A few folks going to this Orbital Dart, and soon more Sturm Pioneers. This is looking pretty grim. This is looking pretty grim. Another Sherman there for Spanky. Folks was moving ahead. Grenade off. Sending grenades off. Grenades going left and right. Pack out to firing, getting up some good kills. Not hills, but kills. And we are stripping northwards with the BARs in hand. Grabbing territory for Uncle Sam. Honestly, a part of me thinks he'd probably been quite more successful if he just played a straight Panzer. Of course, he defend his fuel point there in the far corners there, making it harder to harass. But no, he's going in aggressively straight into the captain. Oh no.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
That's just more resources down the drain there.
Germans down to 75 points.
Things are falling apart here for the 3rd Panzer Grenadier Division. The only thing that's still working are the veteran Volksgrenadiers. And the Sturmtiger, I guess. Now proceeding to begin to deal with the battle group headquarters. Sturmtiger shoots. Doesn't even get a hit. He's made so many misses with that Sturmtiger. It's not even funny anymore. And there he goes, he's going for a Puma now. Angreifen completely desperate, not sure what to do. Goes for the Puma.
Just fell to 50 points.
My squad's ready. Thunder up. Big push coming. We're at full strength.
Reloading the Sturmtiger. As schnell as possible. Panzer straight there drop. That's one of his most veteran forces wiped out. In fact, the one with the highest kill count. His only piece of luck here is rather than too many BRs to pick up the weapon. Like machine guns. Forces grab it, but then they also make it hard for themselves to actually fight infantry. There you go, BAR of bazooka there. Panzer dropped again. Blah. More rockets, gonna catch them on the retreat and wipe them out.
Tactical point being captured.
You have the Puma, but can it actually do anything? I doubt it. Orbison flanking in, straight to the Sherman. Lieutenant. Oh dear.
We only have 25 points remaining.
23 points left. And there we go. Game over. Angreifen leaves the match. A victory for America. A loss for Germany. Brutal fight, many losses, but ultimately Angreifen, I think, got too focused on the central village, which is always something you have to be careful as the Germans get input million rules, forgetting about the resources, that's always dangerous. But at the same time, he shouldn't have gone for a Panther. I really think the Panther here was a poor choice. Again, largely infantry force. What does he get? Panther. Had it been sort of more mix of armor infantry, Panther would have been a good choice, but it wasn't. So the Panther 4, in particular, since he'd already gone for elite armor, would have been a much better choice there. Again, he got for heat rounds. He could have gone for Panzer Commander, called him artillery or something, using it. Also, more orbital dart, more booby traps, more mines. I think something there I think Angreifen sort of fumbled the ball a bit, to be honest. Had he gone for that, I think he could have done a lot more damage goals against Spanky. Really didn't go for a lot of armor, so Panther 4 much sooner, with the lead armor backing, it would have done a lot more damage to Spanky and perhaps could actually make a win there for Angreifen. So I do think that was a big mistake there. Spanky overall handled the fight quite nicely, struck the sides, sort of hit the centre but never too much. He was focused on the resource of the victory points there, and then he used artillery what he could sort of just blast Angreifen out of the village piece by piece, and overall saw through victory that way. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gives you decent matches. If it did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone, and of course do remember to press like. The more they like it, the better. So thank you all, and hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting video. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers and see you all.